I think a famous polyglot said something like, language is the one thing that's worth knowing even a little.
Yeah.
Like, even if you can just express gratitude in someone's natural language, native language, I should say, it goes a long way, especially to motivate you to go and learn more.
Mm-hmm.
If you once you step in the country, like my first trip in Japan, and I first spoke something, like I just felt like amazing. It was like
Yeah.
the experience itself was super. I was super nervous, and I could barely say anything.
Well, let me ask you this. And it might be a little different because I know you're not still living in Japan or anything like that, of course, like how I am here.
Yes.
But something that, and I'm going to try to explain this the best way that I can, but something that kind of came on to me was that whenever I am around, friends down here, my fiance, for example, who they're all from here, Spanish is
Yep.
their native language, but they're, almost completely fluent in English as well. So we
Okay.
usually just converse in English. Whenever we go out somewhere, in downtown, out in public, and
Yes.
I need to maybe speak to the waiter or, to the gas station attendant, whoever it is,
Okay.
I get so nervous to speak
Yeah.
in their native language. Am I explaining myself well? Have you ever been through that or you felt that before?
Absolutely. Every single encounter.
It's
Not
so
a single one is without nerves.
oh my gosh, it's I just feel like my heart beating or it's pounding inside my chest sometimes because
Yeah.
it's I think we tend to put pressure on ourselves because for example, like my friends down here, they've been bilingual for way longer than I have. So
Yes.
it's kind of like ugh, I don't want to show how bad I am or how bad my accent is whenever
Yeah.
I speak.
Yeah.
But
We definitely, as language learners, need to learn how to forget about that stuff.
yeah, yeah. Well, what has helped you to start to do that? Do you just push yourself through it and you're like, just say it?
Uh, well, with me these days, I don't speak too much, not being in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But I have spoken to tutors before, and I've had experiences where one week I would have, I would somehow pull off a conversation, like relaxed, and I'd be like, oh wow, how did I do that? Like it was just so
Yeah.
natural. Even at the time having no vocabulary really at all. Um, and then months later going in and just feeling terrified and not being able to say anything. I think that's just natural. I think we have to expect that. Some days we're going to
Yeah.
feel good, some days not so good. Um, but definitely, I think just trying to push through that. I think if we can, I listen mostly because it's comfortable. Reading is safe, but
Yeah.
eventually I know I'm going to have to speak more, and that does still scare me a little bit because I know I'm going to say something, they'll say something back, and I'll probably won't understand it, and I'll have to,
And then you're just left
can you say that
standing there
again?
like how I have been.
Yeah,
Yes, I've been there.
but that's the same. I feel like the same nerves I have just speaking to anyone new. So when I speak to a new colleague and they say something I can't, I missed it. It's like, oh, now I have to. What did you say? And then if I don't hear it again, then it's just super awkward. I think
Yeah.
I think we do forget that the problems we have in our second language, we probably have in our first language as well.
That's a really good way to look at it.
I mean, I definitely don't speak perfect English all the time. I stutter all the time. I can't get my thoughts together. The wrong words come out just then. Um, so to expect, you
Yeah.
know, perfection in a language that you don't have any, not even close to the same exposure in your native language.
I am so glad that you said that.
Logically thinking makes sense, but in the moment, still nervous. Absolutely nervous.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm still sorry. I'm still dumbfounded. Like you just hit me with that huge realization. Yeah, like I'm sure you've heard in this conversation, and to anyone that will be listening, I don't speak perfect
Yeah,
at all. So yeah, it is kind of insane to expect us to speak perfectly in these second or even third or fourth languages that
exactly.
we are learning. Yeah.